Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Touchline Podcast. If you're new here, please smash the like button, comment down below, subscribe to our channel, and our socials will be down below. And yeah, boys, another week of footy again.
Yeah. Last week of footy.
Last week footy, I'm sorry. There was a lot of good games happen on the weekend.
Yeah.
That's good.
Canberra won the minor premiership against West Tigers.
For the second time?
I think the second time since 1994.
Yeah, right.
1994, yeah.
First time in the NRL.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let's move on to we're not going to do the recaps this week. We're just going to get straight into the tips. First game, Bashara.
Broncos and Storm. That's a big header, this one. Who do you have? Who's you going to tip?
Well, I was going to go Broncos originally, but with Melbourne now playing their full lineup, I'm going to be going for Melbourne. I think they'll be too strong. Melbourne will need a big win, especially after losing to the Roosters. So I'm going to go Melbourne Storm.
Bill?
Yeah, I'm going Melbourne too.
Storm.
Yeah, Jerome Hughes is back. And after that terrible performance against Roosters, Bellamy wants him to bounce back. And Melbourne never lose 2 in a row. So I'm going Melbourne.
I'm going to go Storms.
Storm.
I'm going to go Melbourne.
Our special guest for today is the NRL Fanatic. Make sure you give him a follow. He does a lot of NRL content. So, yeah, and he's also gone for the Melbourne Storm.
Shout out NRL Fanatic.
That's it. Next game, Pajara.
Next game, we got Manly and Warriors.
I'm going Manly just because of Cherry Evans' last game. I think that's easy for me.
Yeah, Manly. Top 8's probably not going to happen for them. Their points differential is very, very low compared to Roosters.
Yeah.
They need a miracle if they want to get into the top 8. But, yeah, Warriors are shot and Cherry Evans' last game at Brookie and with the Manly. So it's going to be a fairy tale ending for him. Oh, yeah, like a send-off, yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'm going to go with Manly. I think they're going to put a good performance, but they can't make top 8, unfortunate. Wires, they're up and down, so I'm going to tip Manly.
Yeah, I'm going Manly.
Manly,
Yeah.
And the special guest is going for the Wars, the
Okay.
Warriors.
The
Next
Wars.
game.
We got the Chooks versus the Rabbitohs.
I'm going, at the start of the week I had Rabbitohs, but I think Roosters will win. I think,
Yeah, I agree with
I
you.
don't know, I got a strong feeling.
Yeah, I think Roosters, they're going to put a big dominant performance. After against Melbourne, they put like massive points. Mark Nawaka and Nitawasa, I can't even say his name.
He's got a
But he
close,
pulled 4 tries. That was like phenomenal, man.
That was good.
Yeah, very good
So-
player, Mark Nawang and Nick Tawase. I'm going to go Bunnies on this one. I think Cam Murray's back on the bench. They've also got Cody Walker.
Brandon Smith as well.
Brandon Smith, they'll probably bring them into the game. Honestly, I think Bunnies on a 3 win streak. I remember it was a few years ago where Roosters had beaten them to get into the top 8. It was one of the winners would go into the top 8, and they did. So I think Bunnies get the win here. I really think they'll probably put an end to the Roosters' top 8 hopes, and Dolphins potentially maybe win. And yeah, who knows? But I'm gonna go Bunnies.
Yeah, I'm going Roosters.
Roosters,
Yeah.
and our special guest is going for the Roosters as well. Next
Beautiful.
game, Bashara.
Next game, we got Dragons and Penrith. I think Penrith will get them.
Panthers, yeah, Panthers.
Panthers.
Yeah, definitely
They're
Panthers.
playing their full strength.
They are.
Yeah, so
For the finals.
yeah.
Gonna
Special
pump
guest,
Dragons.
Yeah,
It's gonna
I
be a
think
big
they
one.
will.
It'll be a big one. Panthers, yeah, he's going for Panthers as well. Next game.
Next game, we got Titans versus West Tigers, sorry.
This will be, I think, a high-scoring game. But I still think Tigers, they look good. I'm going to go for them.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Tigers, but unfortunately, I think Titans going to get the wooden spoon because it's the last round
Last
of the
game,
season.
yeah, they'll get it.
To be honest, I feel Knights maybe deserve it, the wooden spoon. Titans have showed a bit of fight, but
Yeah.
I hope Knights get it. But I'm going to go Tigers. Titans will farewell Kieran Foran. He's retiring. So there could be some fight for them to get the win for him. So that one's a 50-50, but I'll go Tigers.
Bill?
Yeah, Tigers.
Tigers and
NRL Fanatics.
yeah, he's
going
going
Tigers.
Tigers. Yeah,
Yep.
he's a Tigers fan, so he'll back his team. Next game.
Alrighty. 7:30, we got Bulldogs versus Sharks.
I was going Sharks if we didn't have our strong lineup, but
Yeah.
I'm going Dogs now.
Yeah,
We've got a strong enough team. to
Yeah,
win.
yeah. No, well, I think we're going to put on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, since they announced the whole full squad, so obviously Dogs are
I'm
going
Which is
back my
crazy. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I did
I was
expect
surprised
that.
about that.
Yeah.
So
I
while
thought they were going to rest the players and that. That's what I
was
expected.
wishing, if anything, rest a few players like
Yeah.
maybe Crichton.
Burden.
Burden got a bit injured in that game, but picked himself
Yeah.
up. So, like, little moments like that can cause injuries. But it looks like they want to try and build momentum
Yeah.
heading into the finals. But yeah, I'll
Yeah.
back the Dogs.
The NRL Fanatic is going for the Cronulla Sharks. next game, last 2 games of the season.
We got Dolphins and the minor premiers, Canberra Raiders.
Canberra's
I'm gonna-
resting a few players,
Yeah.
so Dolphins need this more than Canberra, obviously. But with the Dolphins, I think this game will change the result depending on the Roosters game. Because if Roosters win, top 8 will be confirmed for them. So depending on that, I'm still going for Dolphins.
Yeah, Herbie Farnworth should be back into the team. He's on reserve, so they'll probably put him in late minute. Yeah, I'll go Dolphins as well because
Yeah, Dolphins.
Dolphins and
I'm going Canberra. I'm going Canberra Raiders.
Canberra Raiders
Yeah,
and
Canberra's going to put a good performance on them.
NRL Fanatic is going for Dolphins last game.
Last game will be Parramatta and Newcastle. I think Parramatta, man. Parramatta's been winning how many games in the last
They've been
3-4
doing good.
games?
Yeah, they've been like
They've
their
just
last
been
7 games have been very good.
They've just been so consistent. They've been patient. I thought they were going to be last this year, but unfortunately they proved me wrong.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
you put them last.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't
Yeah, he
split
did,
us.
yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
I laughed at him about
Well,
it.
Yeah, no, you actually did.
It was
So
looking like that for a while.
yeah, it was. And then
Um,
all of a sudden they just
they
started
just
clicking
clicked.
in.
Yeah, it was always going to take time for night.
Yeah. So
Parramatta.
I'm tipping Parramatta to
I'm
win.
going
going-
Para.
Yeah.
Para.
Para.
Man,
Para.
bro, they just playing so good. Jordan
And
Samrani's.
Dylan Brown
yeah.
plays his last game.
Oh, he
for the
does,
Eels.
yeah,
he
before
got
he goes to
selected.
Newcastle next year.
But yes, Samrani's playing good. Papali, the Josh
Yeah.
Got
Papali.
dropped, but
They,
for
they're
Dylan
just,
Brown.
it's just, they're going to be a big threat next year, Parramatta.
I think
Eels.
so.
Our special guest, NRL Fanatic, is going for the Parramatta Eels. Well, that's a wrap for the round 27 tips. Now let's move on to the Walsh incident. If you didn't, guys, of course,
not really
it's
an
all
incident.
over, not incident, but was
They
it?
make
I know
use
it's a
out of
joke,
nothing.
it's humor, etc.
Yeah.
But a lot of people got a bit too much. They think it's too much, and he's getting too much into these little incidents. He had the boxing one. I think it was at the
his
start
mate.
of the year.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
around that. He had one last year. He's always for some reason in an incident. Like chaos.
That's his
within
character.
life.
He likes to be that character. He likes to be the cocky type.
We've known that's the type of player he is, but is it with the career he has, like, you know what's going to happen with the media and that, etc. Like, I think he should take that into consideration. You just knew what the media would be saying about that.
He's grown 4 heads on him.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
see
he
by the
does.
way he messages people.
Like, I actually
like
thought,
the fans, like
that
Sammy.
one, yeah.
Does you know what I mean? He's got a head on him. He's
Yeah.
drinking toilet water. Okay, he's serious, bro. He's just trying to rage bait
Yeah,
the
yeah,
media.
I know.
But and he got a good reaction.
Yeah,
Broncos had to
yeah.
release a statement, end
Yeah.
up being a brand new toilet that he's renovating in his house. But who knows? Did the tradie shit in there?
yeah, that's right.
That must stop for sure.
I was saying, I said last year, I think it was last year, that Walsh had matured
Yeah.
because he hadn't gotten any issues, and then he's back at it again. This is that's like his second or third one.
I think
It's just not good for himself.
he's always finding something just to kill the time, like when he's at home or
Like have
whatever.
a laugh.
He's
He's just trying to make a laugh
He's
about
still
it.
young. And,
Yeah, I know.
And like still, but I think he just likes to play the villain, like
Yeah,
Jerome
yeah.
Luai.
But like,
Exactly.
still, like, drink.
I know.
Like,
Fuck, he got a reaction out of it. I mean, we all were talking about it.
Yeah, everyone was talking about it. Like, everyone literally was
Again,
talking
Even
about
like the Lebanese radio was apparently,
Were they?
according to my
Wow.
dad.
Oh
No
my
way.
god.
yeah, no, like, it just, they've made something out of nothing. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a joke. There shouldn't be.
Anything serious about it?
But like, why are you doing? Like, why are you drinking out of?
it's
Such a-
toilet.
it's
It's
just
so
silly,
weird.
It's such a cocky one, bro. That
That's
kid,
honestly the
bro.
weirdest thing I've seen
I
on
know.
NRL, like a news article that's come out. Like,
Never heard anything
Again,
like that in my life.
like
Never.
we'll say, it's just his character.
I know,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's how
he's
he
not
is,
gonna
yeah.
change. Like,
Ob-
he's gonna act
obviously.
like that forever.
You can tell by the nail polish.
Yeah, exactly.
we didn't speak about that. Like, why is he putting nail polish all of a sudden?
I think it's because of his kid.
Kid, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because
Oh,
his
okay.
kid paints his nails.
Oh,
or
then
whatever.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
no,
That's understandable.
yeah.
They look a little bit too perfect for his
Too
kid to do.
perfect,
them.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
Anyways, we'll leave it at that.
Now I've got a question. I was just talking about this week, and I was reading watching a few videos on TikTok and
Yeah.
on Fox League, etc. Do you feel Bulldogs are missing an X factor player? Like, you look at Brisbane Broncos, they've got the type of Walsh where he can really just click and win them the game. You got Nathan Cleary for the Penrith Panthers. We saw in the grand final what he can do. 15 minutes, he was not the best during the whole game, or took 15 minutes and he won the game. Do you feel Dogs are missing that? Like, we've got Critter, but I just feel with Critter, I just think that we've seen him carry us for the Raiders game where we were playing terrible. And then he came into the second half and absolutely destroyed the Raiders. You had another another game with the Warriors where, again, Critter controlled the game. He was in control. He was the X factor of that game. And Critter can be an X factor. But I just feel we're not seeing that enough from Critter. We've just seen it twice where he won us the game on his own. And it reminded me of like a Latrell moment where he just took control and won us the game.
Yeah.
But he just needs to be more consistent. Yes, defensively he's unbelievable. He's the best
Yeah.
defensive center in the game by a mile. No one can top him. No one can beat him. But when it comes to attack, when it comes to him attacking, I feel that's where he lacks. He's got around, I think, 12, 13 try assists, which is good. But in regards to try scoring, he's only got 3, which is very low. You look at the top centers. Farnworth has got like 12, 13 plus, etc. Iro, if it wasn't for his injury, he would be up there as one of the highest top try scorers because he was like on a 10-9 try scoring form. So these
Like a
centers,
streak.
yeah, even Cherry's got more
Yeah,
tries
he
than
actually
him.
does. Yeah, he does.
Just Critter is lacking something in his attack
Yeah.
that he needs to fix. He's one of our best players. He is probably the best,
Yeah.
but he's just not consistent enough for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like we don't have an X factor.
That's
Yeah.
what we're missing, and I
Yeah.
think that's what's going to cost us for finals. That we don't have a player that can. You get scared of him. That
Yeah.
he's going to click.
But I
Like
feel like that's the beauty of the
We're
Bulldogs.
team perform.
Yeah,
team.
so
we just rely on
Many
the
might
team.
say Lockie Galvin might be an X factor, but
Yeah.
to hell with that guy.
What do you think, Michelle?
Look, to be
Can we
honest,
win it without an X factor still, or you need an X factor?
look, when it comes to the finals, like I said last week on the pod, whatever happens in the finals when you qualify to go in the next round, you have to. But the point is, X factor. I don't know who it is. I really don't know. I think Critter maybe is the X factor. I'm not too sure, but
He can be.
He can be
definitely
when he
can
has
be.
his days.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
when he has his days, he's always like locked in, and he always like puts a mad performance on
Yeah,
the
he
field.
does.
But when it comes to like when he has his bad day,
It's just not
like
good.
he won't switch.
Yeah,
in.
he
Like,
hasn't
he'll
been
be switched
stepping up
off.
as of late.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He
He's
hasn't.
been playing good.
No,
good
he's
footy.
been playing
But
well.
Not to the best
Yeah.
that we know Critter.
Exactly.
by.
Yeah, like
Hopefully finals.
because he was last year. He was so good for us.
Yeah.
Nah, he
like
did,
Critter
yeah.
was so consistent. And that's the Critter I want to see this year. It just players have their days. Players have
Yeah.
their seasons where they may be good, but they're not up to the level if
Exactly.
you want to win the premiership. And I just hope coming into finals we can see a different side of Critter
Yeah.
and help us win that premiership.
Yeah, exactly. But like as in the point for X factor, we don't know who it is. We really don't know. Maybe it's probably like I said, it's Critter.
Burden's up there too,
You can-
but
you can
again,
say
he's a bit
Burden,
inconsistent.
Maybe Carraz. I
You
don't know.
don't need one.
We
don't
probably
need
don't
one.
need it
Always-
this
you don't
year
always need
because
one.
people kept saying it for months and months. Who's the X factor in the Dogs? I said I'm not too sure.
Again,
People
like
even
Phil
saying-
said, it's more of a team.
Yeah, maybe it's a
effort.
team
X
together.
factors, like, it's never important, but
Yeah.
at times it is. You look at the past, say, month and a half. We're not playing as a team. Roosters was a terrible performance. Melbourne, first half was shocking. Second half, we stepped up. Against the Panthers, C grade, we were not good at all. Like, it comes to a point when you're not playing as a team, you need that X factor to take the game at the scruff of its neck and do something. So I feel, in a sense, you do need that X factor because when your team's not playing good as a team, that moment, clicks off. Look at Nathan Cleary, how many moments he's done. The grand final, the team was falling apart.
Yeah.
He took the game and he won it for them. Latrell Mitchell against the Broncos scored the try, field goal. You need, I feel you need that X factor, and which I believe we do in Stephen Crichton.
Yeah.
But we just haven't seen that enough in him in those moments where, he needs to take that game. Like Shabba said, we saw against the Raiders, we saw against the Warriors, but we haven't seen it constantly where, we needed him. Potentially I would have loved to see that happen in the Melbourne game. We're down 20, I think 18-0 or something. It'd be good for him to step up, for him to score that winning try. So I feel most important is the team to play good, but you really do need an X factor because, as I said, when you're not playing good, you rely on that one player to get you the win. So, as we're heading into the finals, we can rely on some X factor moments, but I think we're gonna have to more focus on our team because that's the way we've been
Because
playing
even
the entire
Raiders
year.
are I feel Raiders is a team.
Yeah, they don't have
because
any
I
X-
think the spread
K
of
Weeks
players.
is-
K Weeks is, but I think with the way they play, you got K Weeks and you got Ethan Strange. It's just more of a team, like a performance. Like when you see Broncos, like we said with Walsh, like Reynolds is a good player. Now, he is a great player, but I feel he's not that X factor. Yes, prime days he was, but I feel we're lacking it, and I feel that's what's going to cost us. Again, I still think we can win it, depending on our next week performance against Melbourne. If we were to get past, anything possible. You don't need an X factor to get to the grand final. But I think on the grand final, that may cost us because you look at if you're going to a game, say we versus Raiders in the finals. If you were versing like say a Rabbitohs, you got Latrell Mitchell. You know for a fact he's going to step up. And what's good, I feel with Critter's experience in the grand finals, I think he can be that X factor on that day if we were to make it. And fingers crossed we do find it towards the final series. Yeah, go. What were you going to
No,
say?
I was going to say, and also Matt Burden, like he's
Again, he's inconsistent.
he's
himself
inconsistent,
too.
but it's if he decides to turn up. Because we've seen Matt Burden in 2020
when he first came to the
when
club.
he first came,
Yeah, when he first
amazing.
came in, yeah.
Second year was doing better.
Much better, yeah.
Last year he was pretty
Not bad,
solid.
He was good. He was
actually
solid. This
yeah.
has
on
been
and
his
off.
worst,
This
maybe.
has been his probably worst
Yeah.
in the Dogs, and he's been on and off. So we do have the players, but it's just again, I think it's just we've got.
All right, we have to talk about the Dragons again. We've spoke about them a few weeks ago, but now it's reported that a few of the players are unhappy with the club's form and the way they're playing, and even with Shane Flanagan. Now, what is the issue with Dragons? Like, I personally think next year, yes, their squad is good, and I feel what Chris is saying when we got him on the pod, he can see the future. They're building up the academy. The development center looks good with how they're trying to build the players. But I honestly feel next year they won't even make the 8. And I think that's very worrying for the Dragons fans that if they weren't going to make the 8 next year, I thought they were going to make it this year. I'm pretty sure I put them top 8. But if they don't make it next year, which I feel they won't, I just feel the young players are coming in. I just feel it's a bit too late it's going to take time to develop. And I just feel there's something going on again. It's like a Titans situation where there's something behind the scenes. They've got such a good squad, Dragons, just like Titans. But I think something behind the scenes is just not adding up. And I just don't know why every single year they're in this position where they're in a contention for the top 8 somehow in the middle of the year, but then they just fall off. I just don't know anymore with the Dragons.
Statistically, they've been worse because they're 15th on the ladder now, which is terrible.
But really, like it's very tight.
Very
points.
close, but at the end of the day, if you're...
I mean, yeah, but
like,
it's where they're
it's not
finishing
good for- it's
15th.
And if they
good
win,
for
they go
there.
actually 11th.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one they go straight
Yeah.
to 11th. So, but they got the Panthers. So, with the Dragons, I feel it's been the same as last year, inconsistent, and this year in particular, where they fell short in so many games.
Yeah.
I think let's say 8 games they lost less by 6 points. You're going to get games like that. Let's say they won half of that, they probably would be in a position of fighting for the 8, like last year. I didn't put Dragons in the 8 this year because I had a feeling these same things will happen again. It's just a Dragons thing to do. Like, they've got to push something in their club, something within the players' mindset. Something's holding them back because you can't go the back-to-back years and doing the same thing over and over again. I don't think it's the coach. It could be part of the coach, but also the players.
I think it's Flanagan in the halves.
It's not just Flanagan.
That's what I was going to bring up. I said, I think next year for the first, say, 5 games, I know it's your son. Just give 5 games, see what it is like without Kyle Flanagan in the team. And if it's not working, bring him back in.
Yeah.
I just feel Flanagan hasn't experimented the team without his son.
Yeah.
And I think that's cost him. And I think Kyle Flanagan has been scapegoated. He hasn't been that bad. We've seen what Chris has seen said. He said he's been actually decent for us. He hasn't been the worst player.
Yeah.
Just because of the Kyle Flanagan, and we've seen his history at the Dogs and the Roosters. He's always been a player that's just scapegoated. And for some reason, he's just a hated player, which is unfair criticism. And I just feel just to see how they go next year, just give it a go because they haven't tried it. They've tried without Lachlan Elias. And again, it's still
And then you
hasn't
got
changed.
Daniel Atkinson coming in next
Exactly,
year
they
as
got
well
him
for
next year.
Cronulla
Just
Sharks as
give
well.
it 5 games. I'm not saying the whole season. Give 5 games. See how the team play without
If it
Kyle
works,
Flanagan.
it works. It doesn't work,
If
you have to drop him to New South Wales Cup.
just see what dynamics they can have without Kyle Flanagan because every week they're playing with the same halfback and just nothing's changing.
Yeah.
It's just they need to fix it.
I agree with you, Shaba. I think, look, it's attack and defense, like something is really missing there as well. But I find it's probably the coaching stuff. I think that maybe they don't have the right team to look after like the main players for the attack wise, defense wise, because they're not probably getting their accommodations right and getting the right results on the field and getting the wins. That's why they've been losing and being inconsistent this whole year. So it's not the players' fault. I think it's probably the coaching stuff. That's what I feel.
They've got a massive preseason ahead.
Yeah.
They have to the massive amount of pressure that's on Shane Flanagan, even on the players themselves and the board.
Yeah.
If they don't deliver next year, the fans are going to get pissed off. They're going to
obviously.
When was the last time they finals? 2018. Well, it was
It was like
2018.
a couple
It was
couple years back. Yeah.
No, 2018. So that's what now 5, 6, 7 years now. So next year will be the 8th year.
Yeah.
It's just not unacceptable. They're such a big club, and
How are Tigers doing better than them?
Well, Tigers
are-
are playing
they
so much
improved.
better
The
than them.
Tigers, mark my words, they would have been top 8 if
Yeah.
it wasn't
They-
for
they
that
would've
Galvin.
been-
They would have
yeah.
made it for sure,
Yeah.
110%. They
They
would have
would
made it.
have been in top 8 this year, West Tigers.
And
The
think
way how
about
they've
it.
been performing.
Tigers just had a little rebuild now, and they're better
Yeah.
than Dragons.
100%.
And that's not good for Dragons.
And that's good
No,
signs
but
from
Tigers
Tigers.
have been last
Yeah.
for a while. So
No, but what
they're
I'm
really-
2
saying-
years in a row.
2 years in a row, but I'm saying
This is the
now
first-
is when they've really got the big players.
they got
Yeah,
the
they
right
actually
players.
do.
Yeah, they,
But the way how Tigers been performing this whole year, man, they've been playing so good. And because this is the beginning of their rebuilding season right now. So next year, after this rebuilding season of 2025, I reckon next year they should be in the top 8
they'll
spot.
fight
They should have
for
been
eight.
this year, man.
Yeah, I know. But
This
they
is
just
a-
fought a bit apart. But it's okay. But you have to learn and rebuild.
Like, I don't know if I see Dragons next year in the
Yeah.
8 again, unless they have the capability. You know, they've
Yeah.
got the players. If they ice those games, they can 100% be in there. But
Yeah.
I'm looking at the games like you got teams like Melbourne, Bulldogs, Panthers, Broncos. You know, these teams are going to be up there.
Yeah.
So, like, where does that leave Dragons? You know, so
And St.
it's
George
not
should
looking
be
good.
in the
And
top
not
8 as
only that,
well.
I
But they're players in it. I'm not sure like what's
With
happening.
the Dragons, I feel it's a mental game. Mentally,
Yeah.
I think you look at them when they need to win, they win the game.
Yeah.
They know how to win. They've done it when they needed to win against the Broncos. They got it comfortably. When they needed it against the Melbourne Storm in round 4, they got it comfortably. They dug hard, and they got the points. And I feel that's where mentally
lose the next
they
one.
lose the next game. It's like we've done the hard part. We've got that win. The pressure's off us a bit. Let's just ease back. I feel they're not hungry enough to keep on winning. I think that's what's happened in the last few years. The club's not used to winning and getting on a 4-5 winning streak. That's something they've been lacking. And
Yeah.
we've seen it this year. Well, I've said that when it's a big game, when they need to win, they can win it. But
Yeah.
when it's like no pressure, they don't want to deliver. And that's something they need to fix next year.
Yeah, even with Christensen when he said it, like especially like first 20 minutes or 25 minutes to be exact, they perform well, and then like when it comes to second half,
they drop
they,
off.
they drop off. Like
it's
they
fitness, I don't know,
They don't
man.
know what to do. They panic. They lose control, and then they start losing their
The
own
first thing
momentum.
they got to do is again start
Yeah.
Atkinson and Lachlan Ilias because I
Yeah.
think Dragons were doing very good in New South Wales Cup. They went
Yeah.
they were going on a winning streak. Ilias was smashing it, so
Yeah,
they've got to make changes in the 7 and 6s.
yeah,
And they've got some good young guns coming in like Hamish Stewart, Dylan Egan. He's very
Oh,
good.
yeah, he
So-
got ACL injury.
he got
Yeah.
injured. Jack de Bellin leaves, so
he's gone Parramatta.
they just again.
yeah.
Who's gone Parrot?
Jack
Oh,
DeBellin,
DeBellin,
yeah,
yeah.
he's
Yeah,
on.
so they just got to work on their game, and
Yeah.
we'll see where it goes.
But don't forget, Daniel Atkinson's coming in next year. He's going to help him the whole squad as well.
But
So
where would he play? 6 or 7? Oh,
Well, he's
no, he
also-
plays number
He's
7.
still at the
doesn't he?
Sharks now, isn't he?
No, he's
but
still at
not
Sharks,
playing.
but he's
But
coming next
he's
year
not
to
playing.
Dragons.
Which is when you look at it, he's not playing. He hasn't got
Yeah.
any of those match fitness. So
But it might help. Like maybe
Now,
it gives
again,
them
he's
something, a
good-
bit of a
when
hope.
When he
you
took
know?
over Hines, I think when he got injured
Yeah.
or the Origin period, he really stepped up. So
Yeah,
they need a, we all know number 7, 6 is the most important thing in the game.
yeah, it's
King
the biggest
Togger's
role.
been
It's
killing
the
it.
biggest
King
role.
Togger's
Recently, King Togger's been doing very good.
Yeah,
But he's not that guy that's going
To
to
take him to the next
next
level. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Dogs, when we were down, we had those 6 and 7 where they did a good shift in, and they probably were good because we had no one else. So yeah, do I think Dragon's going to get the 8 next year? I guess we're going to see.
Look, 4 years ago, I think there was this wild card they called this 2021 or was 2020. They were planning to introduce where the top 6 teams finalize their spot in the finals. They'll have 1 week off, and then I think it's 7th to 10th. So 7th versus 10th and 8th versus 9th. Now that didn't happen. It didn't work out, but
Yeah.
now they're considering bringing it back probably in the next few years. That's what they're discussing recently.
To
Do
get,
you think
to
it's
give like
to give the
9th
lower
and
chance,
10th?
the 9th and 10th, a chance to win it?
I don't think
Yeah.
it's a good idea.
I think it's a bad idea.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you had all season to like
Exactly.
work on your craft and be in the
Yeah.
8 or
like
you know,
imagine
and you're just gonna steal it out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Billy Slater said, which when I was reading the article, what he said was spot on. Like say 7th is 30 points and say 9th is 24. Like imagine knowing that
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
why you work all year.
there's no
Yeah.
point.
And
Ex-
even for the team that's up, it's like,
Yeah.
why would you work all year for someone else who's on 24 points
exactly.
to
It's
take
just
your
not fair
spot?
too.
Yeah.
It's
not
a
fair.
stupid idea.
It's
Then
a- it's a
just
dumb
get
idea.
rid of the whole ladder system.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not,
And do top 10 like
How would it be?
so it would be
How would they judge? Like, would it just be 7?
so it'll be just so say this week is the last week of footy. Next week the top 6 teams will have a bye.
Yeah.
No footy, but the teams 7th versus 10th and 8th versus 9th, and the winners of those two matches go to the finals. So the top 8.
I mean, it'd make for some interesting footy,
Yeah,
yeah.
like-
Yeah.
But like from a viewer standpoint, but from a
Like
from a
imagine,
side, a
look,
club
it's
standpoint,
terrible.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, in regards to giving other teams chances, like you look at the Titans, it's going to always be hard for them to get the 8 right now.
Yeah.
They might sneak into the 9. That could be their chance to get into the 8. Personally, for me, I don't think it will happen. I don't think it's a good idea. But I look at it like this: if we do have that wild card, you got, for example, let's say Roosters make the 8th this year, and they're like, oh, we're spewing word of verse 9 or 10th. But let's say next year Roosters become 9th or 10th, they're going to be happy they've got the opportunity. So
There's pros and cons.
There's
like
pros and cons of that
whoever's
because
in the 9th.
clubs who are 7th and 8th are going to be annoyed, but if they're ever in the 9th and 10th, they're going to be grateful to have that chance to play potentially in the finals. But yeah, I reckon just leave it at top 8.
You reckon
Yeah,
top 8?
you work
no,
hard
I'll
for
just
it. Yeah.
just keep it the way it is. Top 8. You don't need that type of stuff like that. You don't need it. Like why 8 and 9 and 10 should be in the top 8, like into the finals and that doesn't make no sense. Just keep it the way it is, how it should be in the NRL system.
Yeah.
It's simple.
That's all, yeah, man. But yeah,
That was good.
that's a wrap.
But yeah, that's another episode of the Touchline Podcast. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, comment down below. And other than that, that's been us, and we're out. See you later.